Welcome back to BK Nothing But Nets. I am joined with my co-host, as always, my partner in crime, Dylan, over at Nets Press. Dylan, the tank isn't tanking anymore after the 3-13 start or whatever. I mean, the Nets are playing well. The rookies are playing well. What do you make? Milwaukee's a terrible team without Giannis, but what do you make of yesterday's game? And what do you make? How do you make of the youngsters like um, Wolf and Powell and Yeager with a big day? Yeager got called out by Jordy after the Dallas game. He came through, had a big day. What do you make of the way the rookies are playing and the overall success they've had the last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, you called it. I didn't expect the teams that we're playing to suck this much dick. And I'm gonna just say it very bluntly because I'm very frustrated by it, just simply based on how piss poor the league has been, and I've said this now the last two episodes. Um, with that being said, though, the rookies have played really well, and I said it at the beginning of the season that there would be no complaints if the team was winning games because of its youth, which is exactly what's been going on. Michael Porter Jr. has turned into a solidified all-star. Nick Claxton has shown flashes of becoming a star, but has really just showcased the ability to be a full-time playmaking big. And the rookies have also stepped up. Drake Powell has stepped up in games as a defender. Yeager has stepped up in games as a scorer. And Danny Wolf has stepped up in games showing the ability to be a very solid rebounder, a really good scorer, things of that nature.
Let's spend some time on Wolf because this is really intriguing. When they got him, I really wasn't impressed. I said Drew Timmy's going to be better than him. This guy is a waste. He's been really good. Can you kind of explain what makes him so effective and why he's playing so well?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
would you
we
describe?
we
Yeah,
we talked about this on draft night. I thought Danny Wolf was one of the biggest steals of the draft. He was in my top 18. I didn't think that he was going to make it into the 20s. So the fact that you got him at 27 is a steal in itself. He was one of the best college basketball players last year as a junior at Michigan. So to me, this is not a surprise. For some people who are saying that he's going to be the best rookie out of this class, to me is a bit far-fetched. He's 21 compared to a bunch of 19-year-olds. It takes time to develop. Once Yegor hits 21, I think you're going to see a very different player. But as of right now, Wolf has been the best overall
yeah.
player in this rookie class, which is should be the case, right? Again, you're 2 years older than anybody else that has been selected. Um, you have a skill set that is so rare in this league as a big man at 7 foot to be able to put the ball on the floor, to be able to space the floor, to be able to play make, get rebounds, put a body on somebody as a defender. This is exactly what I was hoping for out of Wolf. So to me, it now comes down to do the Nets start to pursue Wolf as a full-time starting big man and move off of Claxton, or did they view him as a career backup? Because to me, if you view him as a full-time starter, let's move on from Claxton. Let's give Wolf these minutes for the remainder of the year to see what he can really do.
I wanted to get into Wolf didn't have his best shooting day yesterday, but the Nets had 9 guys in double figures,
Most of the season.
including most of the season. Have they ever had more than that? Like, have they ever had 10? 9 in double figures is a lot. Like, that's a
I think
lot
they've
of
had
guys.
9 a few times. I'm not sure about 10.
Yeah, I know this also tied the record for their biggest margin of victory in franchise history. So what do you make of this? Right, like offensively, they look. We'll get into Cam Thomas. Obviously, they're better offensively without Cam Thomas. I mean, that's a foregone conclusion at this point. Um, what do you make of the offensive explosion though? I mean, Michael Porter Jr. didn't have a great day shooting. He didn't have his best day. Neither did Danny Wolf, and somehow he still scored 127 points on 53 40 44 splits. What do you make of all that?
Yeah, I mean, again, the one thing that I have been very pleased about with Michael Porter Jr. is even when he's not having the best shooting night, he still puts up 6 rebounds and 5 assists. He still shows that he's a viable option on
He
the
does.
floor.
Yeah.
Um, so to me, I like the effort that I saw from pretty much everybody on the floor last night. Like I said, MPJ's shot wasn't falling, Wolf's shot wasn't falling, but they made impacts on other sides of the floor. Claxton didn't even have to touch 30 minutes a night for the night. He had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Dayron had a really good showing. Terrence Mann had a really solid showing. Clowney looked good. Everybody just kind of played a part. There was no real standout outside of Yegor in terms of scoring. And the reason why I think the Yegor scoring stood out is just based on the struggles that he's had over the past couple of games. Is 17 points a breakout game? No. But is it better than what he had been doing the previous five? Yes. So to me, that's a step in the right direction. It's a flash of showcasing what he can truly do on a consistent basis. And again, I think that this is a guy that can give you like 17 to 19 points per game in his peak. 5 to 7 rebounds, 5 to 7 assists. So it really just depends on the role that he's given. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. He reminds me a lot of Josh Giddey with the three.
The one stat that stood out to me the most was 33 assists on 45 baskets. Like they're moving the ball. The offense, you can see that there's an offensive fusion. Like the offense is working. I know Jordy wasn't part of this yesterday, but you can see Jordy's offense is it's working, right? If they had Cam Thomas in here, would they ever have 33 assists on 45 baskets?
No,
Made baskets. Never.
no.
Like I'm a Cam Thomas fan, but like there's no reason to play him again this season. Like I don't even care what you can get from anymore. Right now, what the Nets offensively are doing offensively is working in a real way. Like they're all maxed out. Tyrese Martin looks like a competent offensive player. Like everyone is. Tyrese Martin had 4 or 5. Yeah, he had 14 points, 4 or 5 from 3. Everyone looks like the best version of themselves. Tyrese Martin, Nick Claxton, Terrence Mann, Yegor, they all look like the best version of themselves without Cam Thomas in the lineup. Am I tripping?
Before I even answer that, I just want to put out one thing that I just read from Mark Stein and the Stein line. Trade activity is expected today and tomorrow to allow teams to retrade those players later on.
I want to get to that.
In
Yeah.
quotes, based on the current CBA, any player that is traded by Tuesday, December 16th, is eligible to be retraded in a subsequent trade on February 5th of 2026. So if there is a team that is looking to move off of salary for a player who they want to flip at the deadline, today and tomorrow is the day to do that. So expect some trades potentially.
Well, let's just transition into that. Cam Thomas, is he going to be traded in the next couple of days?
I hope the fuck so. I hope so. I'm not even kidding when I say there may be a bottle that comes out of the closet for that day. It is going to be a really, really bittersweet moment to see him go because I get to see half of the fan base who has slurped the mediocrity of Cam Thomas for now 2 years. And I can finally see it go. I'm so ready for this. I just want him off my team.
I want to switch back to that. I want to address this, John, because I agree with you. Tyrese Martin is a journeyman. I agree, John. I'm not saying Tyrese Martin is good. I'm saying he's playing really well in this offense right now.
The problem is, so was half of the Miami Heat roster the year they made the finals. So
yeah, I know. I'm not saying Tyrese Martin is a long-term piece. I'm not saying Tyrese Martin is. What I'm saying is the offense is clicking in a way that everyone, including a guy like Tyrese Martin, looks like a competent NBA player. Would I give Tyrese Martin any more minutes this year? Probably not. I don't see any purpose in it. My point was that even Tyrese Martin looks good in this NBA in this offense. And that would not be the case if Cam Thomas was playing. If Cam Thomas was playing, he'd dribble the ball for 20 seconds and then put up a shot. Maybe it would go in, maybe it wouldn't. And that's your offense. And I'm not trying to dump on the guy, but there's just no reason to have that here. There's none. Like you really can't give me one decent reason to play Cam Thomas another minute, other than I want to bring up his trade value. But what are you going to bring it up to? 2-2s instead of 1-2? I'd rather just not play him.
I do want to just bring this comment up here for a second because, yes, though we had our fun with shit-talking Concanapple because of his goofiness, as white people, it is fun to mess with our own at times. I will say that out loud with no problem. There's no such thing as a white dude that comes into the NBA that you're like, oh my God, this guy's going to be great, right? So
Cooper Flag, but
outside of Flag, yeah. But
yeah.
I think we get the the overall basis, right? Like Austin Reeves, nobody thought was going to be a star caliber player, right?
Yeah.
Jason Williams was never looked at as like this guy could be a all-star, superstar caliber player. He's too small, doesn't have enough in him. Ended up becoming a really good point guard in this league, one of the most well-known of all time. me as a Duke fan, I always knew what Kneppel had in him. I even said it throughout the draft process that I thought that he had star potential. So this comment's kind of irrelevant. I'll just throw that out there.
You said that. Nate said that. That Nate in the chat said
Would
that.
I have
You guys
personally
were.
been happy with selecting him because of the floor of his potential? No. But for a team like Charlotte, for a team, oh God, I'm trying to remember who was in that top eight. Um,
Utah.
I feel like a team like Philly would have really been able to utilize him well. So to me, this yeah, like I said, this is kind of a stupid comment. No, you got to know what you're talking about before
Yeah,
making
Dylan
a
was
comment.
high on Con Kneppel. I was. I didn't want him.
After college,
Uh,
after Flag got hurt and you got to see what Kneppel could do as a first option is when my opinions on him changed. Did they change on him in the fact that I didn't want him in Brooklyn? No. I never wanted him in Brooklyn because I don't think he would have succeeded the way that he has with Charlotte or a team like Philly, something like that. So, I mean, I said it throughout the draft process. He reminded me a ton of Austin Reeves, just with a better playmaking ability upside. Like to me, he showed flashes of Luka at times. Not that he will ever become a Luka, but he had shown flashes of it.
um, give me Yosefo. How do I? You're gonna have to help me. Tande
Apparently it is Tandu or Tunde Yesufu.
Yesufu at 8.
Yes.
The Baylor player. What?
Not at 8 now. Um, he is not in my top 10 as of right now. I do have a mock draft that will be dropping either tonight or tomorrow. But no, I do not currently have him in the top 10. Again, at the same point this year as it was last year, I didn't have VJ Edgecombe in my top 10 because of the way he was playing at Baylor. So things can change very quickly. Could Tandu be the guy that you take at 8? Sure. But as of right now, I do not have him at 8. I'm not going to give any spoilers as to what I did in this mock draft for the Nets. But if you are interested in Yesifo, then I recommend subscribing to my Substack because I think you'll like the result.
Exciting whites should be a segment in all future
Oh
mock drafts.
God,
Exciting the whites.
that's horrible.
Yes, he does. There is a similarity to his game, the way he moves, his build. There is a similarity to Ant-Man, is there not?
Yeah, 100%. To me, I don't think you can compare the ceilings of the two to Anthony
Sure,
Edwards, but
sure,
does he
100%.
move the same way? Does he have a similar frame? Yes. There's a lot of similarities to Anthony Edwards, including like the shot selection, the step back, the shooting motion. A lot of it is very similar. It really just depends on if Tunde can take the leap in the NBA and become the guy.
This is this like last year? Do we need to tamper our expectations on who we're going to draft? Is the idea of getting Peter, is Boozer or Peterson? Is that done? I mean, is this team just going to win too many games to really be in contention for those guys?
I'm not gonna get my hopes up right now. I'm already starting to look into different options. Like Kingston Flemings is a guy that I'm really interested in. Nicholas Avdilas, I've been interested in him the whole time. I mean, just looking at my recent mock draft for name purposes, Hannes Steinbeck is another guy that I am extremely interested in. Shit, if the Nets fall to like 10 or 11, Nate Ament at that range is a really good spot. Darius
I
Acuff,
can't believe
LeBaron
he's
Filan.
fallen that much. Nate Ament was a guy that was projected to be top 5.
Yeah, I mean, think about it
Now,
like Nolan
yeah,
Traore, similar
yeah.
last year, right? There could be a real world where Ament, if he continues to struggle the way that he has, could fall out of the lottery. I'll give you the spoiler. I don't have him falling out of my lottery just yet, but he is falling each and every mock draft that I do.
Right. Let me check. Where are we drafting right now according to Tankathon?
Currently sixth, which is the same spot we were in last season, which ultimately
This year,
fell us
and we
to eighth.
drafted 8. Yeah. I'm gonna
And
pull it up real quick.
and just to give you guys a quick spoiler, the one singular draft lottery that I did on Fanspo for this mock draft that I just did have us landing at 8. So history repeats.
This is not what net fans signed up for, Dylan. We didn't sign up to draft 8 and 8 over the 2-year rebuild. I don't know what to make of this. They're 7 and 18. You can't complain too much about 7 and 18, but they were 3 and 13.
No,
So
realistically, 7 and 18 in any other year is usually third or fourth worst team in the league.
It's a lot worse than we were last year. But to me, it just seems like I don't know if you want to say this is the right direction or the wrong direction, but they seem to be, and maybe it's because they played a bunch of bad teams. But the chart seems to be going up and to the right on the Nets here. It seems like they're going to be doing more winning and losing, that more winning than losing in the near term. Do you kind of agree with that assessment? This team's going to win some games.
Depending on the health of other teams, is how you'll kind of see how that plays out. Realistically, you have the Clippers in Washington in your next 10 games. You need to fucking lose to the Clippers. There's no excuse. That is the one game I don't give a shit if Jaeger goes off for 30 and they win. That is the one game I will be pissed off at if we win. You are competing right now with the greatest NBA basketball team constructed on paper of all time, which shouldn't even be a possibility. Yet you are competing with them for a top tier pick. Do not let them inch closer than you.
Outside of Washington, who's 4-20, we're only 2 games better than New Orleans, who's the second.
And New Orleans is starting to heat up because of Fears and Queen. So
Fears is good, man. Have you watched much of New Orleans? I've been watching them a little bit.
Oh, I watch every game. I watch every game just to see what my team missed out on by one fucking pick. Don't worry, I watch it every night. I love Fears, man. Fears was my favorite player coming out of this draft outside of the top 2. Jaeger being number 2. So the fact that we got one of them, I'm happy with. But of course, I think Fears is the guy that a lot of us had wanted. And to see him go a pick before us to a team that didn't necessarily need him because they had Jordan Poole and DeJounte Murray, that I think is what pissed me off most.
And Queen's playing well too. I mean, they look, they gave up a lot for Queen. Are they going to?
They didn't know what they gave up for him. Did you see that report? Like Joe Dumars deserves. Let me just not say. Joe Dumars deserves to be fired. I was going to use some very other terminologies, but I don't need to.
Yeah, let's not do that. I was going to say go ahead, let it roll, but I don't know. If you censored yourself, it was probably over the top.
Yeah, it was going to be bad. Dark humor was coming out for a second, but no, Joe Dumars does not deserve to have a job. You could have given up a future first round pick in a different year in like 2028, 2029, whatever it may have been. You could have given up one of the Bucks picks rather than your own that they own. So, yeah, Joe Dumars is an idiot. Is Derek Queen a great player? Yes. Is it a hit of a pick? Yes. But is Derek Queen more valuable than AJ DeBansta, Cooper Flagg, or I'm sorry, AJ DeBansta, Cam Boozer, Darren Peterson, Caleb Wilson? That I don't think so.
Remember, Joe Dumars was the genius. He did win a championship, so there's that. But he's the one that took Darko over at Carmelo, Bosh, and Wade. That was him. It was the GM of the Pistons that took.
Yep.
Darko.
Yeah, he's not the brightest of the bunch, that's for sure.
You won a championship, right? Like, it's hard to knock the guy. He did win a championship as a GM. He did. Like, we can say what he want. He won. He drafted Darko, number 2 overall, and then won a championship. I don't know. I guess you can make of that as you wish. But did you know his explanation of why he took Darko over Carmelo and Bosh and Wade?
I have no clue now.
He said, and this is a direct quote, "I saw him at a shoot around and he just looked like a ball player."
Oh God.
That's good.
That's awful.
This is like one of the great players of all time. Joe Dumars is one of the great shooting guards of his time. How can you be? He just looked like a ball player, so I took him over Carmelo Anthony and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Really? All right.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. All right. I totally. Let's pull up. But this is where we're at right now. It's not like we're only 2 games better. We only have 2 more wins than New Orleans. That's easy to make up. Sacramento, Indiana. I think Indiana is going to win some more games. Realistically, we can get to 2, 3, or 4, but it just seems like this team.
It's getting to the point now where it's going to be like the only way to do that is if you do trade Michael Porter Jr. That feels like the only real way to do that. And to me, is it worth a very small percentage chance of landing top 3, top 4, versus having a solidified all-star. I don't know. To me, I would do everything in my power to lose while still having Michael Porter Jr. If you can trade Nick Claxton, if you can trade Cam Thomas, if you can trade Haywood Highsmith, maybe even flip Terrence Mann or Zaire Williams, one of the two, you know, take on some bad contracts, take on some bad players, take on a lot of picks, and see where you're at on draft night. That's where I would be looking. Just because I would sit Michael Porter Jr. out for the remainder of the season at some point this year, just to lose games. Like, I don't care if you get fined. I'm sick and tired of people like, oh, you're gonna get fined. It's not gonna be a good thing. Get the fuck out of here. The 76ers got fined a shit ton last year for purposely sitting players, and they got rewarded the 4th overall pick.
Yeah, but the NBA
or the
likes
3rd
Philly for
overall
whatever
pick.
reason. For whatever reason, the NBA loves Philly. It's a big market. It's a basketball town.
Daryl Morey must give impeccable handies, but I don't know what does.
It must be because no matter how bad Philly screws everything up, the NBA's got their back always.
Always.
You get
Is that
a girl.
is that their 6th top 5 pick in the past 10 years? Something like that?
Yeah. It's something like that. And it doesn't matter how bad they screwed up. The NBA wants the Philadelphia 76ers to be a good basketball team. Now, Philly keeps screwing it up, but look at the amount of talent they have on that team. Like the amount of talent that's passed through that door in the last 10 years. I mean, they've done nothing with it. They haven't gotten out of the second round of the playoffs, right? No, they've never made it to the conference finals. Extraordinary.
27 minutes ago, the Bucks are considering making another significant addition that might aid their chances of convincing Giannis to stay.
Cam Thomas. Is it
Please
Cam
make it
Thomas?
happen. I hope.
They have a relationship, right? They're friendly. They're on good terms. Yeah, they have the same agent or something. Is that right? Giannis and Cam Thomas.
They do. Yes.
Yeah. Is that? I mean, does that change? I mean, I'm not trying to. If you say, okay, Giannis, you say that we got you Cam Thomas. Does that change his trajectory at all? Oh, well, I wanted out. Now you got Cam Thomas, so now I want to stay and play with Cam Thomas. Is that?
Well, I don't think it's just Cam Thomas that would be the move, right? Like, if you're gonna do a deal around Kuzma and a 1st-round pick swap, I think it would be Cam Thomas. I think it would be Cam Thomas and Terrence Mann, or Cam Thomas and Zaire Williams. So to me, they're going to try and look to add more depth. And a guy like Cam Thomas, who I personally am not going to say has star potential anymore. I don't think that he does, but does he have a really good upside with a team like the Bucks where he can be utilized as a primary scorer? Then sure, I think that he fits in really well with them over there. So to me, hold on. How can you say you're camping, but you find reasons again? Dude, when are we going to get off the knees? It's actually impressive.
What's the comment? What comment are we looking at?
Right here. It's so impressive to me how people are still trying to defend this guy. It does not matter if you love the guy or hate the guy. He's not good on this team. So get over it. Yegor Joman has more upside than Cam Thomas does currently.
All you have to do is look at the end result on the court. Is the Nets offense better or worse? Defensively, it's a stupid question. Cam Thomas is one of the worst defensive players in basketball. Offensively, where he makes his bread, are the Nets better or worse when Cam Thomas is on the court? They're clearly worse. It's not even close. It's not even a debate anymore. For the first couple of games he was gone, I thought it was debatable. Do you think they're scoring 130? Do you think they're doing this with Cam Thomas on the court?
No, not at all.
This idea that Cam Thomas can't be efficient on the Brooklyn Nets team because it's the Brooklyn Nets is negated by the fact that Michael Porter Jr. is scoring as efficiently as he ever has. Like Michael Porter Jr. is scoring efficiently. If Michael Porter Jr. can score efficiently, why can't Cam Thomas? If Michael Porter Jr. can get 5 assists a game, why can't Cam Thomas?
There's no excuse.
Yesterday, they had 35 assists on 45 baskets. 45 made baskets, 35 of them had assists. Why can't Cam Thomas get 5 assists a game? Why can't he? I'm not trying to dump on the guy, but I'm just asking these questions. And the answer is, just like Dylan says, he's not very good at basketball. He's good at one thing. and he's good at making difficult shots.
And
He's good at creating
he's
his own
not
shot.
great at it. That's the problem. Like Donovan Mitchell is great at it, but the difference is he's
Jalen
also
Brunson
a
is
good
great at it. Yeah,
playmaker.
he's
Yeah,
not.
Jalen
Yeah,
Brunson is great at it, but he's also a very good playmaker. Like all of these undersized 1-2 guards who came into the league with minimal all-around games have developed into being at least good playmakers. He hasn't even developed being into a decent playmaker. I mean, shit, I think this year he's averaging 2.3 assists, if I'm not mistaken. And I
that's what
don't
I'm
give a shit
saying.
if he's only played 8 games. The excuse of him not playing games is over. He's played 35 games in the last year and a half due to injury. He's clearly not reliable enough to play. He's clearly not good enough to play in certain situations. And he's clearly not good enough to reach that next level of his game because he can't elevate players around him. So to me, get him off my team.
Yeah, he's the kid you play at the rec center that makes a couple difficult shots, and you keep giving him the ball, and he keeps putting up bad shots. You're like, all right, stop shooting now. All right,
He's the kid in high
stop.
school that was really good at basketball, but not good enough to play on the school team because he didn't fit the system because he was too selfish. And then he went and go played rec basketball, and he just lit it up. That's what he is. He is a great sixth man. That's it.
That's there's not much to be. All you have to do is look at the end product. The Nets are way better when he's off the court than when he's on the court. It's not. It's
Men
not even
lie,
close.
women lie, and numbers don't.
Men don't
This,
lie. They shouldn't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie to men. You can lie to women, right? Look,
That's
here's my take.
horrible.
Here's my take on this, right? Men like what they see, so women lie by wearing makeup, by wearing heels, by wearing push-up bras, like everything about fake eyelashes, everything about him is fake because they're lying about how they look to men. Women like what they hear, so men lie to them, right? You see what I'm saying? Like women lie by making themselves look like something that they're not, and men just lie. Men just lie to women.
Jesus Christ. No comment. No, what's it called though? I want Cam Thomas off this team, man. I need it. Like this is the one thing I am looking forward to for this season. But I know that you have the schedule pulled up. If you want to showcase the next 10 games, like to me, genuinely, there's not a world where the Nets shouldn't go 1-9 throughout the span. And the only reason I say 1-9 is because the Heat should be able to beat you. The Raptors should be able to beat you. The 76ers, if they decide not to be really flamboyant, I'll say, and sit their players, they should be able to beat us. The Timberwolves
But
should be able to beat
let's
us.
go through this like one at a time, right?
Yeah.
The Heat should beat you, but this is another questionable win. Like they're playing really well. They're at home. If you said you have to bet on this game, do you think the Nets win? No, I don't. I'd give them a 30% chance of winning though. They're playing well right now.
Can we also just take a second to talk about the fact that the Nets are only going to be playing like 2 basketball games within like a 10-day span? What are we doing?
Well, I don't understand this at all. Like they played the 12th.
This schedule sucks. We waited 6 days to see the Nets play the Bucks, just so this way. Or I'm sorry, wait. It was 6 days to play the Mavs. Yeah, now we got to wait another 4 for the Heat. Like, what are we doing? We played 3 games in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand why the schedule is made like this. It makes no sense why they just gave them like spring break after the Pelicans game. Yeah, you get 6 days off.
College kids are playing more than this, man. What are we doing?
Between the 6th and the 22nd, you've played 1, 2, 3 games, 4 games. Yeah. That's crazy. Who scheduled? And then you play a bunch of back to back. I just don't understand why the schedule makers did this. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it at all. I don't understand.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. You know what else doesn't make sense to me? Why the Spurs refuse to go after Giannis. You literally have the most ideal package and scenario for the guy where you can be the next coming of OKC.
Do you think that they were already told San Antonio, don't trade for Giannis? We got you Wemby. We got you.
I genuinely think that they just want to keep their timeline longer, which to me doesn't make too much sense because you have a superstar in Wemby who, at 7'5", you truly don't know if that dude's going to play more than like 12, 13 years in the league, if we're being honest.
If you got Giannis right now, you're the only team that can compete with OKC. Is that fair enough?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and the fact that you can probably do it by just only giving up one or the other between Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper or De'Aaron Fox, like, you're still going to have two out of those three. So it's
great.
like,
Yeah,
why are you gatekeeping 3 point guards just so this way you don't win right now? To me, it doesn't make sense. The Spurs are the most ideal trade partner next to Atlanta. I just looked at the Miami trade potential. It's horrible. Like the
what about
Knicks
the
and the
Knicks?
Heat are horrible.
Yeah.
No, horrible trade packages. They both have horrible trade packages. To me, right now, the clear front runner is Atlanta.
Do you think the NBA wants Giannis, one of their biggest stars, in Atlanta, where they have no fan base? Like,
I
do
mean,
you
that's
think
like,
the
I mean, that's kind of like saying, do we want to keep giving OKC good picks because they're in a low market area, but they just won a championship?
to
Atlanta's
me,
a bigger
like,
market than OKC.
it is a bigger market, right? But like, look at a Hawks game. There's no, they don't have any fans. Like the Hawks just don't have any fans. Like no one likes the Hawks. Um, to me, I still think Giannis is going to either my. Where do you think Giannis is going to end up? Is he going to finish the season on Milwaukee? Is he going to be traded before the end of the season? I think he's going to be traded before the end of the season. But give me your thoughts.
I think depending on what you see out of them here in the next 48 hours will determine whether or not he demands the trade.
He's yeah. What is he now? 31 years old? Is that what he is?
Yeah, pretty sure he's turning 32 here shortly.
32. It's getting to the point where they had to trade him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's getting to the point where every day he's going to lose value now because he's on the wrong side of 30. It's like,
Yeah, he just turned 31 actually.
all right, just turned 31. So that's okay. But you don't want to keep waiting on him. You don't want to wait till he's 34. Then right, you got to trade him now. And to me, it's the Knicks. Like, I don't even. Do you think that they have any interest in taking back Karl Anthony Towns? That the Bucks have any interest in taking Karl Anthony Towns?
Not at all. Like it doesn't make any sense for the Knicks unless if Giannis says, "I will refuse a trade to anywhere," which again, he doesn't have a right to realistically because he doesn't fucking have a no trade clause.
No
So
trade clause. Yeah.
teams need to just start growing a sack and saying, "We're sending you here. Go fuck yourself. Thanks for what you did." Like it's just so beyond pathetic how some of these players can manipulate their ways to certain situations. Realistically, the Knicks do not have a package built that would work for a guy like Giannis. They don't have a package that would be worth Michael Porter Jr. anymore. So they shouldn't even have the ability to be in this conversation. Um, Miami, similar situation. You have Tyler Hero, you have Khalil Ware, you have Jaime Hawkins, you have the picks, but you don't have the salary filler. So now you're going to give up Norman Powell or Andrew Wiggins as well, which is going to completely deplete your depth. Doesn't make sense. So to me, Atlanta's the team. I think Atlanta's the team as of right now.
Real quick, I want to get back to the trades real quick, but just real quick, let's take a look at the next 5-6 games. It's Miami, Toronto, Philly at Minnesota, home for Golden State, home for Houston. That's your next 6 games.
I think
One and 5 in this.
1-5. Yeah, I think Philly will be the win.
I think it's going to be the next game, and then they're going to lose 5 in a row. I think they're going to beat Miami. I kind of don't, but if I said Gary, they're going to win one game here. I think it's going to be one of the next 2. Probably.
I don't know. Miami's just one of those teams. No matter who they have on the floor, defensively, they're going to hold you to 100 points, and they are going to make the game close. So to me, I think Miami edges us out. But I think they win by like 5 or 6.
All right, but we're both going to say 1 and 5. I think at that point we'll be. What's the record now? 6 and 17. Is that what we are? 6 and 18.
We're 7 and 18 right now.
7 and 18. So 7 and 18.
8 and 23. 8 and 23. If you go 1 and 5.
It's really what you would have. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we're looking at here. 8
and if you look at the 5 games after that, those are the 5 most important. You've got Washington. You've got the Clippers, I believe.
All right, so after the next 6, wait, hang on.
Houston,
so
Washington,
after the Rocket
Denver.
game, it's Washington. That's a loss.
Yep.
You got the Clippers, the Grizzlies, the Mavericks again.
So within those next 5, you have Houston, Washington, Denver, Orlando, and the Clippers. You're going to lose to the Rockets.
They're going to lose a lot of games. They're going to lose a lot of games. I mean, this was the easy part of their schedule. They won more games than we expected. But
I was going to say, you're already going to be at January 1st by this, which means could Nick Claxton be traded? Could Michael Porter Jr. be traded? Could Cam Thomas be traded? That could come into effect for that Washington game.
let's get into that. Let's get into those hypothetical trades.
Mhm.
It's trade season is upon us. This is where this is the time last year where they traded Dorian Finney-Smith. They got D'Angelo Russell. What's on the horizon for the Nets? Cam Thomas, Michael Porter Jr., Nick Claxton, Day'Ron Sharpe. What can we expect from now till the deadline?
I think you're going to start seeing a lot of rumors begin to fly around. Um, you know how Sean Marks works. He is not going to leak anything until it actually happens. So it will come out as a surprise, as always. Um, but to me, I do think that the Nets make a trade this week.
You think they make one this week?
I think it's this week. Today, last year, is when we traded Dennis Schroeder. So
Schroeder was the first one. Yeah, Schroeder was the first one.
I can definitely see a trade happening here in the next 72 hours.
Is it going to be? Is it going to involve Cam Thomas? What is it?
With the reports coming out that the Nets are working with his team to find the right destination for him, yes, I do think that it is him first.
The one drawback I would say the one thing that's going to make this difficult is that he can refuse any trade. If he has a destination in mind, he can sit there and refuse trades until you send him to where he wants to go.
Well, that's
Is
why
he
I
going to
don't think
get
they're shopping
Yeah.
him around. That's why I think they're working with his team, right? They probably have a
Okay.
list of maybe like 4 or 5 teams that he's okay with being dealt to,
There you go.
and they're
Yeah.
probably only going to be talking to those 4 or 5 teams. If I had to take a guess, Houston and Dallas are on that list. The Clippers are probably on that list. Sacramento, I think, will be on that list because if he goes over there, he's going to be one of the main 2 guys once they blow it up. And if I had to take a
Why would
guess, that maybe
Sacramento want? Stop
same reason
there. I
why they
mean,
want Jonathan Kuminga. I think that they are just looking for young players, and I think they're looking to get a top tier pick this year.
okay.
So it would more
What
so
would
be
be
like a
the
rebuilding.
and would they want him long term or at least for the next couple of years?
Potentially, I could see that. I mean, if he takes a 2-year player option deal for 20 million, where he's getting 10 million a year, as like a prove it deal, where he can opt out after next season and hit the unrestricted market in 2027, then yeah, I could see him doing that.
Do you see how dumb this was? And you nailed this when you said he should just take the 14 million. Do you see how dumb
Mhm.
it is now that he didn't take the 14 million? Do you see?
It's
He's
almost
not
like 90% of what I say is correct. It's scary, I
almost.
know,
Yeah.
but it's not even to toot my own horn. I sit here all day long doing research on these types of things. It's just it makes sense to take a guaranteed $8 million more for one full season, where you're still going to be a free agent the following season when the team declines you because they don't want you, or they accept you and you make $28 million within 2 years, rather than $6 million this year and potentially only $10 million next year. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense for him whatsoever. His representation was horrible.
To be fair, like if he took that 2-year deal, the Nets would decline the option on the second year, would they not? How it looks right now, they would
If
if he
they would
took a
have done
two.
the team option on him for 14 million and he's injured like this and he's playing the way he is with minimal to no development, yes, I think they would have declined it. So
That's
regardless, he's
crazy.
still
Yeah,
making $14 million for one season compared to 6. Boo-hoo.
6. Yeah, which right
Such a rough
14.
life.
Jeff Teague said that on his podcast. He's like, you should just take the money because $14 million a year is pretty good living. Facts.
Yeah.
I know it's not what you had hoped for, but $14 million a year, it's pretty good living. It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
100%. That trade that Alex actually just mentioned makes a lot of sense too. Cam Thomas for Beal and seconds. The only problem though is that the Clippers have um, minimal draft assets. So to me, if there is going to be a trade, it would be 3-team. It would be Nick Claxton and Haywood Highsmith over to Golden State, Kuminga and Cam Thomas over to Los Angeles. Brooklyn would get Beal and John Collins, something like that.
I'm not
Plus a
taking
plus
that
a
Beal
plus a first round
contract.
swap. Beal's contract is only 2 years, 5 million.
Okay.
So it matches up with Michael Porter Jr. in terms of length.
Is that
And
all
he's
it is?
also
I thought it was okay.
hurt right now. I don't even think he's going to play for the remainder of the year. So
No.
to me, I would do it in a heartbeat because then you could just buy him out at the end of the year or release him. So this way you don't have to worry about him being on the roster, and then you're good to go. I mean, if you want, pull up Fanspo real quick. Let's do a little mock trade. Do Golden State, Los Angeles, and Brooklyn.
Why is this being like this? Hang on 1 second. All right. NBA trade machine. Ugh. All right.
Here, I'm going to drop this down so this way we can see the full screen. But yeah, so you're going to pick add team 1. You're going to go with the Nets. Add team 2. Go with the Warriors. And then add team 3. Go with the Clippers.
All right. So you said the Nets, Warriors, and Clippers is what you said?
Yep. It's like watching a child try to walk for the first time.
Wait, hang on. Clippers.
Warriors are at 8. Oh, okay, yeah. And then add third team on the top right. Scroll up,
Wait.
scroll up. Yep. Add third team. Add team 3. You
Am
got
I
this. You're
bugging?
right there. You're right there. Top right. Right under third.
Oh, and third team. Okay. And we're adding the Warriors, yeah?
Warriors, yeah, they're the 8th seed. Right below the Suns, right in between the Grizzlies. Yep. All right.
Okay.
So scroll down a little bit.
Stop.
Let's do Claxton to Golden State.
Wait, hang on. Claxton to Golden State. All right.
Yep. Let's scroll down a little bit more.
Stop. You gotta stop. You gotta get out. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Mailman's pissing her off.
Yeah. It's the garbage truck.
It's always one. Scroll down a little bit more. Let's go Haywood Highsmith over to Golden State. And then let's go Cam Thomas to Los Angeles.
All right, hang on. All right, Carol,
Yeah.
you gotta get out. You're making too much noise, girl. You can come back to the garbage can leaves.
Oh, that's great.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. All right? I got high. What's the rest of it?
Highsmith over to Golden State. Did you already do that?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
Okay, and then do Cam Thomas to Los Angeles.
Where's Cam Thomas?
Right above Traore.
I got him. To Los Angeles. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Do John Collins to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And then you're going to do Kuminga to Los Angeles. And then we're going to do, trying to think here, because I know that they're going to have to clear some space. I guess do Moses Moody to Brooklyn. Because they're going to need it. I mean, it's either Moses or Buddy Hield. Honestly, I guess keep it realistic. Do Buddy Hield. Take Moody off. I think they'll want to keep him with the way that he's playing.
And then you said send Hield there?
Yeah. So we'll go Hield to Brooklyn. And then quick try trade. I think the Clippers are going to have to give up a little bit more. So we may have to take on another contract.
Where's try trade? Where the hell is that?
All the way on the top right, if you scroll all the way up.
Here it is.
Does that work financially? It's going to say failed because of Cam Thomas. But scroll down. What's the description on the Clippers? Do they have to get rid of that 1.9 million? I think they do. Keep scrolling down.
Jonathan Kuminga cannot be traded until January 15th because he re-signed using bird rights with a 20%
Yeah, that's
raise.
fine. Yeah, the Clippers have to clear it a little bit more. So go scroll down now to adjust trade. And then scroll down. Let me see who's making like 3
Canoli, get out.
Clippers.
Get out, Canoli. Get out. You're barking too much, girl. You got to get out, girl. You got to stop barking. Canoli, come here. I'm sorry.
And she's out.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Keeping it professional.
Always.
All right. What else am I doing here?
Scroll all the way down on the Clippers. Let me see who's making like 2 to 4 million. Do Bradley Beal to Brooklyn.
Bradley Beal to Brooklyn.
Yep. And then what we're gonna do is So go all the way up now. Go to picks on all of these teams.
Where is that?
Scroll down. Right underneath the players that are listed, or right above Beal, you'll see
Oh,
where it says
picks, picks,
picks.
picks.
Click
Yeah.
on picks for all the teams. We're going to go 2026 Golden State pick to Brooklyn unprotected.
2026. So this first rounder?
Yep.
Straight to Nets.
We are going to go 2031 Golden State pick. So click on that, and then you're going to scroll down, go to swap others choice on the bottom.
So right here?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
And then that's going to go to Brooklyn as well.
Swap. Okay. Is that? It's not.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, nope. Click on it, and then go to trade to Nets.
It doesn't give me an option to do that.
No, it does right there. Click on the three arrows again.
Yeah.
And then click trade to Nets on the top.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Then we're gonna give the 2026 Clippers Celtics Miami second round pick to Golden State from Brooklyn.
2026. This one. Wait.
From Brooklyn. From Brooklyn.
Wait. I'm talking. This is like okay. One more time.
This
the
is
Clippers
rocket science.
Yeah.
Go to the Nets on the far left, and then
I'll
click
go
on
to the Nets.
Yes, and then click on the Clippers,
Okay.
Boston, or Miami swap second round pick. That's gonna go to Golden State.
The 2020,
Down.
this
Yes.
one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Holy hell. Go to Golden State.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to figure out if the Nets could get anything out of taking on Collins and Beal's contracts, which I think they could. So scroll down on the Clippers picks. To me, I feel like you can get a swap first out of them for that, in all honesty, because you're taking on two bad contracts and you're giving them Kuminga and Kuminga and Thomas.
They're getting a lot. They're getting a lot in this. Like they're the winners up front. Day one, they're the winners of this trade by far.
Yeah. Scroll down to that 2030 pick. Do they have their 2031? Okay. Do the 2031 lottery protected.
Protected lottery.
And then send that to Brooklyn.
Got it.
I think that's pretty realistic. Unless if it's going to be the 2031 and 2032 seconds. But I think a lottery protected first makes a bit of sense. Again, you can switch that. Like that could be the 2031 and 2032 seconds to Brooklyn. But if you want, go to the top right now and click try trade. So regardless, it's either a lottery protected pick from Los Angeles to Brooklyn to take on those two contracts, or it's 2 seconds. But regardless, that could be a pretty realistic deal of a haul that the Nets could get for Claxton, Highsmith, and Thomas.
So it's only failing because of Kuminga. So this could be done. This could be made in January.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at this again. This is a lot. Hang on. This was like rocket science, Dylan. I'm gonna be honest. This is
I can do this in 30 seconds. That's how much I use that freaking website.
Collins. Is there anything here we would keep, or is this all just trash? Besides, I mean,
no,
of the
this
players.
is all trash. This is all trash.
Yeah.
Like Hield, you'll probably look to flip in the offseason or at the deadline. Beal's not going to play for the remainder of the season. You get the extra first round pick this year. You get the swap first round pick, which will be really valuable. To me, I don't think the Clippers would give up a first, though. I think it'll be the 2 seconds. So the 2031 and 2032 Clippers seconds to Brooklyn.
I don't know. The Clippers are getting a lot here, bro. They are.
It's a lot of unproven talent, though. That's the problem.
It keeps them competitive while making them young. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting players that can help you stay competitive, and they're young, right? To me, if you said to me, Gary, which team here definitely makes this trade? It's the Clippers, and I mean that. What are the Warriors giving up? They're giving up
Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, and 2 first-round picks.
I think in order, the Clippers win this, the Nets are in second place, and the Warriors in third place, unless they really value Nick Claxton. I mean, how much do they value?
Which I think they do.
Yeah.
I think they do. They need a big. It's either going to be Zubac or Claxton for them. I don't really see another big, unless if they go after Miles Turner with Milwaukee and Milwaukee gets Jonathan Kuminga. But again, there's different routes there. I think there's 3 big men Golden State will look at: Miles Turner, Claxton, and
Canola, you got to get
Uzuma.
out, girl. You got to get out. Come on, stop barking. Stop barking. I would not want to be the garbage man in this neighborhood.
No.
So I want to say about that. All right. Are there any other? we got through this trade. Yeah, if I'm the Nets, we're making this trade, right? We're making this trade
100%.
with the Nets. I think the Clippers make this trade too. I really do. Like, to me, for the Clippers,
I think all parties do, realistically, because Hield hasn't been that good for Golden State. Kuminga has been a negative asset for them. Like, they're not going to get a first out of him anymore. So at this point, you get your long-term starting big. You get a nice role player in Haywood Highsmith who's used to winning in Miami. And you're getting a mid-tier second-round pick this year to add somebody in the draft. I think that that's more than realistic.
Yeah, this looks like a go to me for sure. All right, are there any other trades you want to work? Is there a Day'Ron Sharp trade you want to work on? Is there another Cam Thomas trade? Is there any other trades that we should look at?
Well, I think it would be Claxton or Sharp. I don't think it's going to be both, because I do think
Yeah.
the Nets are going to need a backup big for the remainder of the year, unless if they're playing John Collins at the 5. But no, I don't think that there's a Sharp deal that would come to fruition. If anything, they're going to accept his team option deal in the offseason and then look to flip him at next year's deadline.
What are your thoughts on Sharp? Like, to me, that's a great contract to have him on. Why am I flipping him? I want him here long term as at least a backup 5. Is that crazy? Like, I want Sharp here. At that price point where he's making $6 million a year, why am I not looking to keep Day'Ron Sharp?
I mean, on the contract that he's on, I would keep him for the remainder of the year for sure. So I don't think that they're going to look to move off of him unless if they feel Claxton and MPJ are key pieces to this team and they don't want to move them or they don't get the deals that they want out of them.
Not Claxton, Sharp and Wolf. I like them together on the court. You don't think that's a long-term thing that we can use? Sharp and Wolf together as a 4 and a 5?
Together, I don't know. Because it lacks defense. Like Wolf and Clowney, to me, I like. You have Wolf at the 5 who can stretch the floor. You have Clowney at the 4 who can stretch the floor but can also play defensively. He's not a great rebounder, so you have Wolf for rebounding purposes. So it really just depends.
I know, like, when you watch the game, Sharp looks bad defensively. But the defensive metrics, like the analytics, actually like Day'Ron Sharp defensively. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not bad.
Yeah. It just doesn't. He doesn't look like a good defender. Right? There's just something like the eye test. He doesn't really, but he's really not a bad defensive player. I know. And Wolf is actually better defensively than I thought. Like, I thought he was going to be getting cooked all the time.
He's definitely not as bad as what a lot of people thought he would be.
Like, Chris Humphrey's bad. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. You remember Chris Humphrey? Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, of course.
David Lee on Golden. I
Mr. Kim K himself.
Yeah, Mr. Kim K. I thought he was like David Lee on the Warriors was horrible defensively, like cooked by everybody. Mm-hmm. I thought Wolf was going to be that bad. He's not. He doesn't look like he's mismatched in every matchup. He really doesn't look that bad. Wolf has been a pleasant surprise. I don't know. I kind of like it when him and Sharp are on the court together.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree.
Do you have that tool that what's his name Doug Norrie used to always use to see what the plus minus was when the guys were on the court together?
I do not know.
What do you know what he uses to find that? Because I used to love that thing.
Not a clue, actually.
Okay. All right. I just like to see what they are together on the court because it always looks good to me when they're on the court together. Dylan, give Gary more trades to input. I need a few more laughs.
I mean, the other deal that I have been looking into is the Boston scenario with Nick Claxton.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Let's. How do I clear this? How do I
So
clear
you're going to
this?
just click on close on the top left, right underneath where it says trade machine.
Close. I got that. All right.
And then what you can do is just click the trash can on the Warriors to the right of their name
Yep.
and do the same for the Clippers.
Clippers, and then just
And then add team. You can do the Celtics. I think they're at 4 or 3 now.
wow. Okay. Here
Yeah,
we
they're
go.
doing much better than I ever anticipated. I had them as a 9 through 11 seed, so props to them. You can click on roster now for the Nets as well, so this way it's easier to see the players. If you scroll, yeah. And
Yeah.
then I'm trying to think whether or not. I mean, I feel like the Clippers could be a team here that makes sense. Um, so yeah, add the Clippers. Let's add the Clippers in here. We'll do another 3-team deal with the Clippers. You could do this trade straight up with Boston, but I don't think the Nets are necessarily going to want to take on Anthony Simons because I don't think they need more guards. So what we're gonna do here is
Well,
Anthony
is Simons?
Simons.
He's on an expiring deal. Is Simons a buyout option?
He's on an expiring deal, but I don't think he would accept a buyout. He's too good to accept a
Uh,
buyout.
but if they bought him out, he could go to any team he wanted to. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
He could put himself in this.
usually a buyout though, like you may be losing money off your contract. Like maybe they agree to like a $15 million buyout and he loses 12 million of his deal. Like I don't think he would do that.
Fair enough. All right.
So we're gonna go Anthony Simons to Los Angeles.
Anthony Simons.
Right
Who
above
the
Sam
hell
Hauser.
Simons? Am I bugging? Tatum,
Yes.
Brown, White. Oh, here he is.
27.6 million. Yeah. So he's
Trade
going to
to
go to Los
Clippers.
Angeles. We're going to go Cam Thomas to Los Angeles. We're going to go Nick Claxton to Boston. And then we are going to go with John Collins to Brooklyn.
So yeah, Collins to Brooklyn.
And then go Bradley Beal to
Claxton.
Brooklyn. So again, a similar trade as to the Golden State one. And then you're going to go click on picks for Boston and for Los Angeles. And then we're going to go 2026 to Brooklyn for Boston.
The first round.
Yep.
Unprotected.
Yep. And then we're also going to
Okay.
do an unprotected 2031 as well from Boston. Because realistically, if the Nets aren't getting a player from Boston, I think you just have to give up the picks to get Claxton.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's top 5 protected or not, I think it'll be fine. And then scroll down on the Clippers to take on Beal and Collins. I think that the Clippers would at
20.
least give up the 2031 and 32 seconds. And you'll send that to Brooklyn as well.
Look, I'm getting this now, Lou. And look, you
There
were
you
laughing
go.
at me, Lou. Now look
There we
where you're
go.
at. That was almost seamless.
Instead of
Yeah,
10 minutes, we got it to 4. That's called precision right
it's
there.
improvement.
Click
Improvement.
click try trade. It's gonna say failed again because of Cam Thomas, unless if they updated the site. But click try. Let's see if financially everything works. I think the Nets would be eating salary here. Yeah, so a little bit of incoming money coming to Brooklyn. Um, Scroll back up on the Clippers. Do they really need to get rid of another player? Oh my fucking god. I mean maybe the Celtics. How much are the Celtics saving out of that deal? Is it only 2 million?
Yeah. Yeah. 2.3.
Uh, like realistically, that should work. You
This trade
could
will result in the
maybe,
Clippers crossing the tax apron of 195 while hard capped at the first apron. Therefore, the trade is not possible. Remove 459K of incoming value to remain below the
yeah.
hard
So
cap.
go to adjust trade. Who's making like a million over in Los Angeles that they could send over to Boston? Click on
Roster.
roster again for them, and then
I
scroll
got you.
down.
I got this. I got
Oh,
this.
go Chris
Uh,
Paul. Go Chris Paul to Boston. Why not? Why not him? and then top
Try
right for
trade.
try trade. That should work. It's gonna say failed. Oh, it does.
Success.
So they
Great
did actually
success.
update it. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that to me makes a ton of sense again. Boston gets the retirement rights to Chris Paul. Um, they get their starting big man, and they only give up 2 firsts to do so. I think that that's another realistic deal. Brooklyn takes on 2 bad
You think
contracts.
they'd be willing to part ways with 2 firsts? You don't think it'd be 1 and some 2s? You think they'd give up the 2 1s to get Claxton?
I personally think Claxton on a descending contract for another 2.5 years for them
Yeah.
is worthy of, and especially because their current first round pick is projected 21st or 22nd at the moment. I think that giving up
Yeah.
the extra first makes a lot of sense.
So let me see. I just look at this. We're getting John Collins and Bradley Beal, and it's so depressing. It's like, I don't want anything to do with this. It's
I
like, all
know.
right, we're getting the.
But you need
we're
but you
getting
need to
we're
lose
getting
this
all
year,
this.
and it's also going to
Yeah,
free up
I
a
hear
ton of
you.
cap space over the next 2 seasons. Like realistically, you're getting off of $20 million over the next 3 years for Claxton, right? You're getting a free 26.5 million this year for the offseason from John Collins. And then you're also going to be able to buy out, release, or just let Beal's contract finish off in 2027. So you're getting a lot of money out of this over the next 2 seasons.
I guess. Yeah, I'm making this trade. Just getting the 2 1s.
How I look at it is Cam Thomas is worth a second, and Brad to take on Bradley Beal is worth a second. So that's where I get the 2
Bradley
seconds from
Beal's
Los
going to be
Angeles.
here, though, right? I mean, we're not trading Brad. Realistically, we're not trading Brad. Who the hell wants Bradley? It's like, who the hell wants Bradley Beal?
Yeah, I mean, if there's an offseason deal where a team has some cap space and gives up a couple of seconds for him, I could see that happening in the offseason. But he's not playing this year. I think he's out for the year,
Yeah,
so
he's
it
out for
doesn't
the
matter.
year, and then we got to try to trade him next year. I don't know. Like,
Or you just
you're
release
not.
him because he's on a 1 year deal, so it's a buyout contract.
No, he's on a 2 year deal, isn't he? Well, next.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
realistically, when this trade is potentially eligible,
I,
right? So
I
saying
got you.
today, say it happens in
Yeah.
3 weeks, right? Beal's going to be here for half the season, in which he's out for the remainder of the year, and then after that, he's on an expiring deal. So in the offseason, you can either trade him to a team that has cap space for a couple of seconds, or you can buy him out and he hits the open market.
All right. I got to wrap this up in a bit. Has Cam Thomas played his last game as a Brooklyn Net?
I hope so.
It's starting to look more. I said that when he got hurt originally, and the Nets started playing better without him. I think Cam Thomas has played his last game here. I don't see
I
why
think
you'd
so.
play him again. Can anyone in the chat, anyone in the sound of my voice, give me a good reason why you would play Cam Thomas again this season? I'll wait. We need those trades, guys. That next year we can suck and give our friends in Houston a 27. You know that's happening too. You know that's coming. If we miss the playoffs, Houston's picking number 1. You already know. You already know. If it's about the tank, like why don't you shoot at the wrong basket? You're trying to develop rookies. Playing Cam Thomas gets in the way of that. That's why I don't want to play him.
No.
Right? Like, if this was last year, I'd say, all right, go play Cam. This is a different team than last year. Last year, I understood trying to lose because you didn't have any rookies you were developing. Noah Clowney was hurt most of last year. Cam Thomas was hurt. There was nothing positive about last year. This year's completely different. You got 5 rookies you want to play. If they win, they win. I'm not trying to lose games this year like I was last year.
No, I agree.
We're not playing the rookies anyway. Well, we're playing them more. We're playing them. I mean, there was
They're
no
certainly
Saraf
getting
yet.
more minutes. No.
Yeah. No Saraf. Saraf didn't play yesterday, right? At all?
No, he did not.
No.
Well, he's down in the G League right now.
That's right. Rookies get playing time. Development can't make sure we lose anyway. If Cam Thomas is playing 30 minutes a game, that's 30 less minutes for Traore to play, for Saraf for whoever else to play. And that's why I don't understand why Tyrese Martin is still playing. Although he is draining some 30-footers, which is fun to watch, it's not productive. It doesn't help me get closer to my goal, which is developing these rookies. Like I wouldn't play Tyrese Martin again. I wouldn't have kept him on my roster in the first place, but they certainly like themselves Tyrese Martin. I don't want to go up on that again. I just don't understand. Like Tyrese Martin's not going to be here next year, correct?
I don't know. They love that guy, man.
He might be here. Yeah, they may retire his number here. Let me put Canoli back on. All right. You got anything else you want to close this out with? We ran a little long. You got
No,
anything?
no, I think we're good.
What's your schedule for? What's your schedule for the rest of the week?
Insanely packed.
All right.
We'll figure something out. Hopefully, I mean the Nets don't play again for what 2, 3 more days. So
Yeah, they're
I
playing on a
should.
college schedule. They play twice a week now.
Yeah, literally. I know that I'm not going to be available tomorrow. Um, I could probably get on Thursday night for a pregame.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's shoot for that Thursday. Let's shoot for that.
Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday after 5, or after 6:30, I should be free. So if any trades or anything happens, we'll get back on for that.
And you are expecting a trade to go down in the next few days, correct?
I think so.
All right. Hopefully it's Cam Thomas, and hopefully we get something in return for it. Biological at this point. All right. Is Tyrese Martin? Is that Jordy's either illegitimate or legitimate son? Is it his stepson? Is there any relation between the two? Because
Could very
you
well
can't
be.
explain this. There
He may
could
be the stepfather.
All right, y'all. December 15th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
Later.